Okay, another tough shot for many of you. I know many of you dislike this shot, the ball below the feet. And in this situation here, it's severely below the feet. The first thing that people tell you, and you'll see this in some of the instruction books, and they say, well, when the ball's below the feet, the ball will tend to go to the right. Well, that's only if you lose your balance. If you stay in balance and you swing through to the target, the ball will always go straight. Trust me on this one, okay? So, first things first, we'll need to sit more on the back of the feet. So you're really going to feel the weight through the heels of the feet. You're going to toe the feet open, because toeing the feet open, you'll realize, gives you much more front to back balance. And this right here is very much like the uphill shot, where the back foot, the right foot, will stay on the ground. Because if I take a normal practice swing and I let my right foot off the ground, I'm going to tend to fall down the slope. Well, as I'm falling down the slope, you can see that the momentum is now moving to the right, so I'm going to tend to hit my shot to the right. But if I stay on my feet, very solid. Notice at the end of my swing, everything is still solid on my heels. Therefore, the ball will tend to go straight as well. So I'm going to go for the left section of the fairway here, get into my position, feel very solid. I feel like when I take my practice swing, you'll notice the club is going to tend to move more away and up. Okay? There we go. So I feel a nice skip at the ground. Toss it up. Whip it through. So very important to feel that nice, effortless whip to your target. Make sure you finish your backswing here. Nice big turn. Still solid on my heels. Out of the way, nice whip to the target. Notice I'm still solid on my heels. Okay, here we go. So I'm not reaching for the ball. I feel solid on my feet. Feels like the club can bottom out naturally in front of the ball. Toss it up, whip it to the target. Here we go. Oh, just perfect. Right in the center of the fairway. Still very solid on my feet. Caught the golf ball first and the divot after because I was whipping through with momentum. All right? The other side of the coin, ball above the feet. Now, if I go back to my perpetual motion drill and I swing the club back and through without stopping, see that? So now I feel like I can stay in balance on this particular lie. Now, once I've got my balance and I feel like I can complete my backswing in balance, that means I'll be able to whip the club without much effort towards my target. So in this particular case, the right heel will come off the ground. Don't worry about it. I've got my target in the distance over there, which is the starter's hut. So, backswing, whip the club toward that starter's hut. So you notice at the end of my swing, I feel like I'm in great balance. My right foot's off the ground, and I'm swinging everything toward that starter's hut. Okay, so here we go. See how I move myself to the ball? I got my balance. Feels like I can complete my backswing the same way. I got the starter's hut in my sights. Nice, effortless whip toward the starter's hut. Right on the money, nice and straight. Did not have to compensate for my alignment whatsoever. And this is quite a serious slope here. The ball is well above my feet. Which brings me to this. Now, many of you tell me that you have trouble with your woods, and yet your irons, you're hitting them quite well. And for some of you, it's the opposite. Sometimes you hit your woods well and your irons are bad. Here's a quick little exercise to help you depending on the case. So if you're having trouble with the woods, you're hitting the irons well, practice ball above the feet. You'll notice you'll have to swing more around the body for this, all right? This is going to tend to shallow out your angle of attack. You'll have a lot better contact with the woods after hitting a few shots from this situation. Now, if you're having trouble with the short irons like the wedges, but you're having no problems with the woods, turn around the other side, hit some shots with the ball below your feet. Now you'll feel the need to go much more up and down. The swing plane is going to be a lot more upright, and then you're going to have better contact with the short irons.